have a choice to make. Do you want to sit down and go back to that guy you once were? No. Who the fuck can go out here and run 100 miles, no training?
I didn't wake up on New Year's Day expecting to run, well, accurately limp 100 kilometers for what would end up being 21 hours. I didn't realize that when I woke up at 7, that would be the last time that I would see my dog and my family for that day.
Happy New Year, sir. Happy fucking New Year. Here are your gloves.
Let's go.
You want to tell the 2 people that are watching this what we're gonna do today? What do you think we're doing today?
Yeah?
The plan was to run to the CN Tower and back. The Highlight Tower of Toronto is 37 kilometers from my home, and Chito and I had promised ourselves that we would start the year off with a challenge. That challenge was to run to the CN Tower and run back. We've run multiple marathons together, and we even did a 53K run before. Today's expected challenge was going to be about 75 kilometers, and that would be the furthest we've ever run. I thought I could handle it, and as I walked out of my home, I thought I was going to be back home in time for dinner. But I didn't realize that I would not be coming back that day, and I wouldn't be coming back as the same person who had left.
So, everything is walking distance, right? Just another, what, 3-4 hours more to go?
Most people promise to challenge and change themselves each new year. And each new year, so many of those people quit and give up on their goals. But Chito and I were going to challenge and change ourselves the very first day to make sure that we started this year off on the right step. Our run started at 7 a.m. And while everyone was sleeping in from partying late last night, and with nobody in sight, it wouldn't be until we were 2 hours in, around 9 a.m., when we would see another soul. Little did we know, we had come across a savage in the distance. Seeing an old lady run in the rain at 9 a.m. in the morning on New Year's, yeah, we knew we were with the right people, and so we ran to catch up to her.
Today, I'm with Chito, and we met a friend, Doris. How old are you, Doris?
I'm 67 years old.
67! Doris, how far are we running today together?
You and I?
Yes.
I've been doing 12Ks, and you guys are going to run 32Ks.
and
I'm doing 24 to it.
you've done how many kilometers every single day for the past year?
25, 20 to 25.
20 to 25 kilometers every single day. Look at that. Look at that. Every day.
That's
Every
just
day.
today.
All right, let's keep going, Doris.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's something that I always had on me.
Yeah.
It's always something that I get up in the morning and I go.
It's a discipline.
Yes.
Well, how's your day so far, Josiah?
Dude, we're 14K. We're 14 km in, and we actually met a savage. That old lady, she was running every single day for, what was she doing, dude? Like 21K every day?
Every day.
Every day.
Half a marathon every day.
Half a marathon every day.
But walking too.
But still, that's even longer. And when we woke up this morning, we literally thought that there was going to be nobody else out and that we were going to be the strongest person. You know what she told us? She told us she literally went to the CN Tower already. She walked there. So that's just all the motivation that we need to keep going forward.
If she could do it, if a 67-year-old could do it, why us not? Why can't us?
After parting ways with Dora, Tito and I were feeling inspired and invigorated by her story. She sounded like a beast, and wanting to be like her, pushed our way through until we're in the city of Toronto. And with each step, we got closer and closer to the landmark that would mark the halfway point, or so I thought. And so the day pushed on.
I'm literally going insane and it's only been 20K.
Only 20K, bro. And in those 20Ks, it has taken us 3 hours.
I'm waiting for the bus. I'm done.
Get up, bro. There's no bus coming for us. It's only hell from here on out.
We haven't even touched hell yet, bro.
We're
in the purgatory right now.
We're 22 kilometers in and we got what? How much more?
There's a chance that we might have to do 80K today.
Yo, this guy might be a marathon runner, but today we're gonna beat him. Tito, how you feeling?
Feeling not great. I want to quit. This is too long, bro. And I don't even run like this anymore. I didn't want to do this on the first day. This is stupid. But here we are. Here we fucking are, bro.
We're in Toronto, bro. 10 more K to go.
My soul is being taken, bro.
So we're 5 hours in, 33K. At this point, we're just walking just to get to that goddamn tower, bro. We still have to go back to
Sanity level 80.
80.
Yeah, I'm still there. But I'm slowly corrupting.
We'll have to keep moving forward.
What is in us, we have no idea until we start trying hard. And I mean really trying hard, where you're obsessed with, hey, this is my new norm. My new norm is that, wow, this isn't always fun. It's not always meant to be fun. And that's when you know you're trying hard. Your brain says, we ain't out of here. This is miserable. So anger goes away a lot of times when you're suffering, because your brain just says, we gotta run, we gotta go. So that anger is not popping up saying, oh, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show those people. No, there has to be a much deeper. When I say deeper, it has to be down to mineral soil. It has to be down to that nice mineral soil where nothing can burn. You can't burn dirt. So it has to be down that low, that literally is something in you that's at the core of your soul.
We're almost there. We're almost there. Keep going. Once we get around this corner, we're gonna be there. Come on. Push it, push it. It's right there. Yes, yes. We fucking did it, bro.
Everybody else been gassed.
Traumatizing.
Insane. but we're here.
We're here, bro.
We're literally looking up now.
So we're now having our little snack. How far do we have to go now to go back home?
37 kilometers. We're
37.
We're basically halfway.
And we're both debating on quitting on it. But the deal is that my brother promised $100 if we walk back home.
All for $100, bro.
And we also don't want to prove to him that we're bitches. So
It's something greater than literally anybody, bro.
I don't even feel my legs anymore at this point, honestly.
Look at that, bro. We could just take the train right there. The train is right there, bro.
Jump.
But we have to start the long walk back home, and it is already 2 o'clock. So if we're lucky, we're gonna be home by what time, Chito?
8,
8? Nah,
10.
10 for sure, bro. That's the whole day gone.
The CN Tower marked the halfway point. At least, that's what I thought. We were still feeling good after getting to the tower, and after taking a short lunch break, it was time to walk back. When we started going, I thought I was going to be home by 9 p.m. I thought that the only thing to do now was to push through and get home. As the sun started setting and the wind started to pick up, the cold was growing more and more uncomfortable. I was honestly starting to dream about warmth, food, and rest. My feet were starting to ache and feel sore, and after 53 kilometers, I was feeling pretty good about myself and satisfied knowing I'd gone further than I had ever gone before. But while I was getting complacent, Chito was beginning to dream about something entirely bigger, something I never thought I would have accomplished on this day.
They actually don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. No, like everybody could do this, but no one's doing it, man. No one's fucking doing this type of fucking shit, bro.
Put in 9 hours and almost 30 minutes, so that's 51 kilometers. So we put in our whole shift already. How do you feel after putting in your shift?
I just wanna go home.
Bro, we still have like 6 more hours of, I don't know, like 6 or 5 hours of walking.
When we were heading back, I was starting to get complacent. I was starting to get comfortable with the idea of knowing that this run was almost over. Sure, 12 hours is a long time to be out running for, but I knew that I was going to be home at least before midnight, and I knew that I would be able to relax, get comfortable, and honestly just be able to chill. And so when we were heading back from CN Tower, I was daydreaming about this whole thing being over, because we were well over 50 kilometers when Chito proposed the idea of doing 100K to me. I remember that the exact moment he brought the idea up, I was afraid. I was afraid that this man was going to take my soul and that I was going to fold under pressure and not commit to this goal.
Alright. Uzumaki. How do you feel, Josiah? How long have we been running?
This isn't even a run anymore. This is just a painful long walk, a pilgrimage to go find God at this point, bro. It is almost 10 hours into our shift. And you're talking about doing an ultra marathon one day. That's just crazy.
We basically did, man. We basically fucked. Boy, how do you feel, bro? We're back at Mississauga. How do you feel, Josiah?
You're trying to convince me to do 100K right now, bro. I'm actually losing my mind. I don't want to. I don't fucking know who I am anymore. And
the reason why I'm saying it is because we're the closest we've ever been. And why not? For me, I'm taking advantage of my free time, and at least I could do it, fam. And it's also like, there's so many good reasons why I could do it right now, because I'm literally programmed, because I've been walking for like 10 hours now, pretty much.
David Goggins has this concept called taking souls, and I've applied this a lot in my life. The central idea to taking souls is just that nothing wants to stand in the way of something that is relentless. And I see this so much in my work, at the gym, going off for a run, how people aren't really willing to go the distance. I'm not the fastest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the best runner, but I knew that in the face of an endurance test, I would be able to sustain myself, and I felt like I could take on more punishment and suffering than anybody that I knew. So when Chito brought the idea up of 100K, honestly, my ego was wounded. I was a little bit afraid. I was really afraid and challenged by him because I never considered him a threat to taking my soul before. That he would be willing to do something that I wasn't willing to do. Sure, I could have said no to him because after all, it is just a stupid number and nobody was watching us. But I had told him that this was a goal of mine. And if I didn't do it that day and he did it before me, I honestly knew I was going to be a bitch for the rest of my life. And he was not going to look at me with respect and admiration as a brother anymore. By taking on the challenge of doing 100 kilometers, it made me realize that the CN Tower wasn't even the halfway point anymore. That was only 37 kilometers in, so that was only 37%. And where we were at when he suggested this idea was around 56 kilometers. And so that made me realize I would have to do nearly double the distance that we had already covered. And according to my math at that time, at our pace, we weren't going to be done until, I hoped, 2 or 3 a.m.
Okay, Josiah, how's the run so far?
You are now convincing us to do 100 kilometers today, bro. I don't even want to talk to you right now. It's actually insane. I'm not even joking. 100 kilometers, bro. Do you not understand that we've done this for 12 hours already? And you want to go for an extra 4, an extra 5? You don't understand that this will take us until 3 a.m. and that I have to go to work after?
Oh my god.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can actually do this.
There would be no official race. There'd be no cheering crowd. There'd be nobody supporting me for this. There would be no medal. The reason why Chito and I did this was simply for ourselves, to prove that we could do something that we once thought was impossible. We wanted to prove that we could go the distance, and in the face of such a huge goal, we had no choice but to push through everything that we thought was our limitations to make this happen.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I'm actually starting to feel the pain.
We ran 60K
And that's in 12 hours.
in 12 hours. And we have another 8 hours, bro. Do you think you could do it, Chito? Stop tripping. Walk the fuck in.
100K walk, bro. At this point, we're just limping, actually. 100K limp.
I don't care how long it takes us, bro. No one would actually. That's a challenge, bro. No one would actually do this.
Except for
The
us.
people that we know, they're gonna have excuses, man. They're all gonna be like, oh, I have a job, sorry. I have a job, man. Like, sorry, I don't have free time like that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. They're all gonna make excuses and try to degrade what we have accomplished, bro. Just take in that.
Maximum 70, but I've already run 71 in only, what is that? 15 hours. Looks like I broke the speed limit. That's 70 kilometers right there. And what was that, 14, 15 hours? Beyond the goal. Beyond the goal.
Honestly, nobody cared about this stupid number. It's just 100, right? And this goal in itself doesn't matter. There's so many other important things that need to get done. But being able to push ourselves to our physical limit and to our mental limit, for that matter, makes us realize just how much more capable we really are. And it made me realize how much I was leaving on the table by just assuming that this stuff could not be done, at least not be done today. And I think that mentality of assuming that today you can't get your goals done is what kept me trapped in a state of fear and stagnation for so long in my life, because I wasn't willing to really challenge myself and push myself out of my comfort zone. And let me tell you, there's nothing comfortable about running for 100 kilometers in the cold, dressed up as two Narutards for some reason. I don't even know the real reason why we dressed up as Naruto, but I think it was meant to inspire us. But at some point, it just became a very flimsy jumpsuit that did not offer any type of warmth from the cold wind. The amount of suffering, the amount of steps, the amount of pain, the amount of minutes, hours it would take to get this done is just something that seems nearly impossible.
What are we even doing anymore, Chito? It's almost midnight.
No idea, man. No fucking idea, bro.
Hold your head up, soldier.
Imagine I'm like, after this, I'm never the same. I'm like clinically actually insane. I'm like, bro, like I can't stop not walking. I have to keep walking. I have to keep walking, miss. Sorry, nurse. I have to. I can't just fucking walk in there. I can't walk in a circle. I just have to walk everywhere.
Imagine if you became addicted to walking after this.
Like, I'm literally just so used to it now. I'm not thinking anymore. It's just gonna be straight up muscle memory. I'm like, walking.
Time to do my daily 100 kilometer.
Yo, Josiah, we have 20 kilometers left, bro. How do you feel?
It's already midnight. It's actually already midnight, bro.
It's January 2nd, 2025, and we're still not done our mission,
We're
bro.
still walking. We're still
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
85 kilometers in.
Oh, yay.
And they're looking so good.
We're looking so good.
We did 2 marathons now.
2 marathons now.
2 marathons in only the span of 17 hours.
This goal seems a little bit stupid now that I'm telling this story, because it really is just the story of 2 guys refusing to give up until we hit a number on our watch, and we walked and we ran and we limped until that goal was reached. But how many of our goals are really just for ourselves that, funny enough, we talk ourselves out of accomplishing them because either it's not the right time, we're not ready for it, we'll do it later, or it's just not meant to actually come true. And I've applied that type of, honestly, bitch talk for my whole life. And I've allowed so many opportunities to slip by me just because I was afraid of changing my life. And I was afraid of pushing myself to know what I was truly capable of. Our goals, let's be real, half of them don't make sense to people outside of us. You know what's important for you, and you know why you want to get it done. You do it because it's a promise to yourself, because it's something that you always wish that you could accomplish. It's something that means the world to you to get done, because it proves that you have not only the ability to do something, but you have the will and the drive to make it come true. And because of that mentality, I couldn't give up on this goal of reaching 100K. I remember by the time it was 2 or 3 a.m., it was so cold at this point, and we slowed down even more because we were about 90 kilometers in at this point, and I think our pace was anywhere between 11 to 13 minutes a K. So if you do the math, it's basically a whole nother 2 hours. And at that point, I couldn't even handle another step, let alone another kilometer, another 10 kilometers, another 2 hours of being cold, miserable, hungry, tired, and walking in pain. It felt like I was literally crucifying myself for no reason. And I'm not gonna lie, at that moment, I was folding. I was debating in my head of running back home, literally, because we weren't too far away. I think we were about 2 kilometers away from our home. I could have ran back home and probably been done the 100 kilometers a lot faster if I had, because I would have done it alone. But if I had done that, I would have abandoned Chito while he was suffering at his worst, and that would have made me worse than a bitch. That would have made me a traitor to a brother who at that point had walked over 90 kilometers side by side with me for the entire day. And despite how I was feeling in that moment and how empty I felt, we still stuck it out together, and we still limped for the remainder of this 100 kilometer run, limp, walk, whatever, until we reached our goal.
A little bit more.
A little bit more? How much more? How much more, Josiah?
Just 4 more kilometers. Just 4 little kilometers left, bro. And it's already 3:30 a.m. Let's finish this, bro.
It's been, honestly, been a rough fucking day, man. It's already the next day. That's how slow we've been. Well, I guess it's because of me. Just tripping.
We need this. We actually need this.
Jesus, it's literally started snowing, man. It's beautiful.
When you find your true passion in life, and my passion for me was like, oh, I want to be the actor. Navy SEALs. I mean, I don't give a shit. I want to be someone that I'm proud of. I want to look at myself in the mirror because I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed in what I saw every day. I wanted everybody to love David Goggins. I didn't love myself. But I knew a lot of us want to find peace first. You don't find peace first. If you do, Merry Christmas. More power to you. More power to you. I found peace on the opposite end of finding myself. And no one really finds themselves without going through trials, tribulations, suffering, accountability. And accountability is suffering. Being accountable every day for doing right for yourself, for the people next to you, it's miserable.
We hit 100! Dude, we just hit 100. We just hit 100. Thank God, bro.
only 21 hours.
Oh my God, I'm so tough.
Post marathon, what? Ultra marathon, post ultra marathon, bro. What do you think we actually learned from it?
I learned about the journey and how long 100K is. Literally took everything, me and you together, bro, to even finish that whole journey. We literally tested ourselves from the very beginning.
I think we actually tested our brotherhood. I'm like, yo, how strong is my bond with Chito right now? I'm like, how strong is my bond to stick with you for like 21 hours. 21 hours.
Yeah, but that was still 21 kilometers too, like near the end. Because we got home and that was the worst part. I think that's when it got bad. Because like, we pretty much, like the whole deal was go to the CN Tower and then walk back. Like, we thought that going to the CN Tower was already enough. But then our friend, or his brother, he wanted us to walk all the way back. So we decided to go back. And then we were actually like going through that motion, going back. And then like, I think around 54 kilometers is when I was like, just started becoming delusional and then like actually insane to the point where I was like, yo, like, by the time we get home, it's gonna be 75 kilometers. Might as well do another extra 25 in order to just achieve 100K. Because in my thought process during that time was like, this is the closest we'll ever be to even touching like close to 100K, and we don't know when we're actually gonna do it again.
That idea that David Goggins has of performance without purpose, like we actually pushed ourselves to that whole limit. Like I had work today, so I had work the next day when we were planning this out. And by the time we had gotten home, it was already 10 o'clock, bro. Like we had already put in, what was that, like a 13, 14 hour shift. And I was already exhausted from everything.
Added more.
Just another 25 kilometers to the challenge to make it 100. And that was like an extra, that was an extra 7 to 10 hours, something. I can't even remember. I think like even just working today, like just going through the motions, I realized that everything is actually just about how much we're willing to survive. Like even like doing that ultra marathon of 100K, like we had to just sit through the process. Like 100K is different than doing the 21 hours. Like, can you actually do anything for 21 hours?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The funniest part is, no one told us to do this. I think it was our own decision to just suffer. So we literally just decided as a joke, we were like, oh, let's go to the CN Tower. Like, let's go run there. Quote unquote run there. But we ended up spending the whole day
dragging ourselves by our feet, bro, when they didn't want to move anymore.
Literally, like, pushed to the closest limit. That's when I know I got close to David Goggins. I touched a little bit of what he actually experienced.
But that also makes us, I don't want to say different, but it's more so like, I think I understand now like how much work is really going to take us to make this stuff happen. Like, bro, I was saying even last year, I'm like, I want to do 100K, but I never imagined like the 100K would consist of 21 hours and then would consist of like over 100,000 steps, to the point where we had to like endure every single second of pain.
In the cold and the rain.
The cold.
I realized that having that goal of hitting 100 kilometers was something that I probably would have just been dreaming about doing, but I never really would have gone out and have done it myself. I definitely wouldn't have done it that day if it wasn't for Chito. And it really helped me to have somebody who not only pushed me, but also challenged me to live up to my goals, but also be there for me through the entire thing, because we were out there for 21 hours and we pushed ourselves until we had nothing left in our system, and we still gave more. And being able to have a brother like Chito there side by side, it just meant the world to me that I could have that kind of support and that type of determination in a brother who stood there side by side while I was suffering and he was suffering.